Fulham 2-1 Leeds United. Fulham made it back-to-back league wins on Marco Silva's return to the dugout with a win over relegation-threatened Leeds United at Craven Cottage. After a turgid first half from both sides, it was the Whites who came out firing in the second period, and despite a late rally from Javi Gracia's side, Wilson and Andreas Pereira's goals were enough to seal the 3 points. Bernd Leno. The German goalkeeper's recent form is rapidly putting him in the conversation for Player of the Season. Game by game, his minimal fee in the summer looks more and more impressive. Leno made 2 great saves in this one, both from Marc Roca, the most impressive from a free kick in the 17th minute. Blameless for the pinball goal that came off Palhinha last. This was another solid performance in Fulham's net. July 5, 10. Kenny Tet. When considering Tet's rating, I was wondering what to write. On the surface, it seemed a standard Tet performance with little to critique defensively and praise to be given for his link-up down the right. But then I considered the impact that Leeds star man Jack Harrison had on the game, none. Tet pocketed his man in a key duel, which sums him up perfectly. He is a wonderful asset to this side. July 5, 10. Tosin. The man continues to earn his place in a defense which has taken its championship-winning form into the Premier League on a number of occasions. There was a moment in the 25th minute when Brendan Aronson was running towards goal with just Tosin between the Leeds man and Bernd Leno. Tosin showed wonderful composure to stop his man and prevent a potential 1-0 deficit, just one of a number of moments where Tosin showed his defensive quality. August 5, 10. Man of the match. Tim Ream. Tosin and Issa Diop are wonderful options to have, with many years left in the game and sell-on values of potentially over £20 million each. Both have performed well almost every time they've been called upon. This all only adds to the superlatives that should be sent the way of Tim Ream, who has been the constant at centre-back. Another good performance today, his calmness constantly setting the tone at the back. July 5, 10. Anthony Robinson. I think it would be harsh to claim this was a game of 2 halves when describing Robinson's performance, but the American definitely improved as the game went on. After a quiet and stagnated first half, his crosses led to both of Fulham's goals, and defensively he got stronger and stronger as he played at a higher intensity. 7 out of 10. João Palhinha. A poor and lazy tackle early on not only resulted in a needless yellow card, but also set the tone for a first half which, like at Goodison Park last weekend, was sloppy and a bit off color. While there were improvements in the second half, the Portuguese midfielder will want to be playing at a higher level than this. Maybe tiredness comes into it, but hopefully we see some of his early season form return in the run-in to the end of the season. June 10. Harrison Reed. An early knock to the knee in Leeds' penalty area might have meant Harrison wasn't quite covering every blade of grass like he normally would. It was by no means a bad performance. Just one that was less effective than the standards he set himself over his time at the cottage, something we can only praise. June 10. Andreas Pereira. Let's get the good stuff out of the way. He finished a chance with an XG figure of 0.96 and came close to adding another from a belter of a free kick that cannonied off the bar. My worry is that, for the most part, it's only been set pieces where Pereira has shown his creativity recently. Something that seems to have changed from the start of the season. Once again I am asking that this man is given the rest he deserves. June 5, 10. Wilson. While Wilson got into some wonderful positions in the first half, which he certainly deserves praise for, there were moments where his final ball lacked conviction and chances were missed for a first-half lead. The same could not be said for his goal. The opener, an assertive strike with brilliant technique that went in off the bar after Meslier flapped at his 194th cross of the day. 2-2 for the Welsh wizard, he's back. July 5, 10. Willian. Every week I rejoice that the Brazilian has decided to be a Ryan Babel rather than an Andre Skirl, no offense Andre. There is not a position on any pitch that he could not cut inside and find space on. The man oozes class, week in, week out, and we are so lucky to have him. He was so close to scoring an incredible free kick, which Meslier pushed onto the angle of post and bar in the last 10 minutes. August 10th. Bobby de Cordova-Reid. As expected, the Jamaican showed no lack of effort. His pressing game was strong, working well with Pereira to pin Leeds back. He linked play well when the ball came to his feet, but very rarely offered much attacking threat. We've won both games with Bobby up front and he's not been bad, but he hasn't had the effect Dan James had or even at times, Carlos Vinicius has had with the ball at his feet. I'm not sure this is the way to go as a Mitrovic alternative in the future. June 10th. Substitutes. Carlos Vinicius and Sasa Lukic. 82'4" Bobby de Cordova-Reid and Harrison Reed. Neither saw too much of the ball, but both helped to see the game out. 6 out of 10 for both. Tom Kearney and Manor Solomon. 86'4" Andreas Pereira and Harry Wilson. Got on the ball a fair bit in their 12-minute stints, both effectively taking the ball towards the corners and running rings round tired Leeds' legs. 6.5 out of 10 for both. Niskans Cabano. 90+4'4" Willian. Came on too late to be fairly rated. But what an absolute delight it is to have him back playing Premier League football. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.